Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. Thank you for joining me. Today I want to answer a question from one of our viewers. This question comes from Elliot. Elliot, thank you for the question. So the question is, I've been doing Goddard's imaginative exercise before going to sleep, but haven't seen results yet. Is it possible to be too broad in imagining wishes fulfilled? Would it be more productive to focus on specific small desires fulfilled? Okay, so I'll try my best to answer this question. Thank you so much for the question, Elliot. So to start from the beginning, remember guys, when we're doing imagination exercises, the chief aim or goal in what we're doing here is to activate a feeling. Okay, remember, the only way to impress something on the subconscious mind is by feeling. Only a feeling will impress the subconscious mind and activate a certain state so that it can arise in the physical world. So, having said that, it is a lot more difficult to feel something when we're very broad with what we're imagining, right? For an example, if I were to just go to bed saying I'm in a relationship when I was single, I kind of feel something, but not really. It would really help to get more specific, imagine something more specific, and imagine something more detailed. Um, you know, what would I experience if I were in a relationship, right? Maybe I would experience, someone, my arm around someone, and feel their presence there, and maybe I'd imagine myself, in my favorite park, and maybe on the bench, on a bench that I've been to a bunch of times. And I imagine myself sitting on that bench. I imagine, the sun rays hitting my face. I imagine, myself looking out at the view, and I imagine myself ultimately with a person sitting right next to me and having my arm around that person and saying to myself, I'm so happy to be with her, right? That creates more of a feeling than just saying this affirmation of I'm in a relationship, right? So the main point that I want to get across to you guys is that the more detailed that you make scenes in your imagination, the realer it feels, right? You make those things become more real. You make those things come to life when you add more details and you get more specific about certain things. And this applies to everything that you imagine. If it's more money that you want, just sitting there and before you go to bed and saying, I have money, I would really highly encourage you to be more specific as to the amount of money that you have or seek to manifest, and really create a scene that you would experience if you had that amount of money, right? And that's going to vary from person to person, but maybe it's, you have a check stub for the amount of money that you want, and you're going, or maybe you open up your bank statement and you see the specific amount of money, you see the number on your bank statement. Or you could even ask yourself the question, if I had that amount of money, what would I do with it? Go straight to the end. Maybe there's something that you want to do with that money. Maybe you want to buy, gifts for your kids, or maybe you want to, I don't know, maybe you want to get a nicer car. So you go straight to the end, and you'd imagine a scene of, in the car example, you'd imagine a scene where you're at a car dealership and the sales representative's handing you the key to the car and saying, congratulations, here's your new car. And that is going to create more of a feeling than simply saying, I have money, right? So the main point is that, and to answer this question, is that yes, the more specific, the more detailed you get, the more likely you will feel something, okay? And that's ultimately what we seek to do when we are imagining things, right? We want to activate a certain feeling. And that's not to say that affirmations don't work. For some people, repeating an affirmation to themselves may activate a certain feeling. Maybe repeating the affirmation, I am wealthy, will activate a certain feeling within someone and start producing results and waves in their physical reality. But you ultimately have to be the judge as to what is actually working for me, what is actually creating or activating a certain feeling. And I have found through my own personal experience that when I get very specific and make the scenes as real as possible in my imagination, that's when things tend to happen a little bit quicker. I notice changes begin to start happening in my physical reality a lot faster. So I hope that answers your question, and I hope that helps a lot of you guys who are watching and are doing these imagination exercises. Remember, be as specific and detailed as possible. Make things as real as you can in your imagination. And, the last little caveat I want to add to it is this is a skill that needs to be developed, right? It's not going to be so easy at first to make things very real in your imagination because your attention might wander when you are doing these imagination exercises. You might be thinking about something, that thing that you want to manifest, but then, your mind starts kind of wandering to what someone said earlier in the day, or your mind might start wandering to, something that you have to do tomorrow. So the whole practice is bringing your attention and your awareness back into that imaginal scene, and it might take a lot of repetition. That's just how it is. This is a skill that needs to be developed over time. But again, be persistent to it, surrender to your desire, and really practice keeping your awareness on that desire so that you can activate that feeling within yourself. I hope this helped you guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel, like this video, share it with others, and I'll see you guys in the next one.